Okay, hey, now that we have all three of our image files on three different sketch planes looking like a nice, three-dimensional file here. And as we actually rotate, it looks like all the lines are lining up perfectly. So our next thing, we're going to go work on our top view. So we go back to our original first sketch, which was the top view. We're going to edit the sketch, go to top plane. Now let's start sketching. Previous to our previous example we did last time with just one image on one plane, we're going to sketch out around. Since the only dimensions we know are the 2 and the 1.5, I say let's start out by making a rectangle from one corner to the other. Remember our origin, I can't snap to our origin, but I can hover around our origin, and then as I zoom in to try to get as close to the center line, oh, see, it snaps to the origin, so it'll be horizontal to the origin. And luckily for me, it looks like this lightly colored gray block is the actual center of the horizontal and the vertical. Now I go down to the right corner. One problem about this, since it's fillet, I don't have a nice corner to zoom into, so I just zoom in as closely as I can and guess the horizontal line up here and the vertical line down here. It seems as though the dimensional leader here is a little bit off on the top. So I'm just going to go and take the best guess of where. Let's see, the vertical, I'm guessing right about there. And horizontal, right about there. It's close, but let's dimension and change it to the exact values it's supposed to be. 2, 1.99177, round off, that is 2. So we did a decent job of guessing where it is. 1.5, 1.501, round off, 1.5. Now, one thing we can also do, okay, the line is fixed horizontally. Let's make sure that our center point of this back line is right at the center. So what can we do? We can add a relation from the back line to, let's say, the part origin. Let's make it midpoint. Therefore, the back line is right at the center point attached to the origin, or constrained to the origin. We have our add relation. Let me see. I got two things I got to add here: a hole and these fillets. Let's work on the fillets. So when I'm doing fillets, I can click on these two and simultaneously do them. But we're going to take a guess. So it looks like I had this previously already put in, and it looks like a 1/4 inch is perfect. But let's say, usually it starts at 0.1 inches and then it works from there. Let us play around with the numbers. Let's say 0.2. Yep, nope. And going in 0.1 increments, 0.3. And then you play around. Since it's between 0.2 and 0.3, hey, 0.25, 1/4 inch. And with our engineering mind, we're going, oh, 0.25 makes logical sense. It's an even number, and if I was actually designing this, I'd probably make it 0.25. And I look on both sides, and it seems as though it is following that pattern. So 0.25 is the winner here. Now I have my fillets. I got one more. Let's try to add the circle. Now this one we can zoom in and try to get exactly right down there. See, right now it's actually snapping to the center, the actual origin. That's good. I'm assuming it's symmetrical, so I want it to be snapped to the origin. Now I'm just going to try to guess the horizontal. Now try to get the actual diameter as close to what it's going to be. Think about there. Now what is this? Let's see. Smart dimension. 0.50, 0.501. I'm going to say 0.5. It's a half an inch. Is the design intent. Round it off. 0.501 on 2 digits is 0.50. Now, we knew it was tracing along the center line. Let's see how far it is from the back. This is one of the dimensions we don't have. 1.00, 0.999. Rounding off 1 seems to be exactly what it needs to be. Let's add one more constraint. Or a relationship about the center of that point. There's multiple ways of doing this. I could just draw a construction line straight down the center of this part and a constraint to that construction line, or make it vertical with the origin. Turns it black, therefore we are fully constrained. Now, my part is fully constrained. We're going back to our sketch 1. Here's where it gets fun. Go to features, extrude. Now how do I measure? Since we don't have the actual height of the base, we can I can look at the front end or the right side. Let's look at the front plane. No, oops, that's the top. Alright, we're not working for me. Well, okay, sometimes when you're working with SolidWorks, it doesn't want to work with you that well. So, but here's the idea. Right view. Why am I playing around? I can do right view, front view. I forgot I have one of those fancy 3D Connexion. How about the front? Even better. So, if I want to scale this off the picture, grab a little arrow here, and you pull it up. Now, my engineering mind, that looks about right on, which is 0.5 inches. Now we've scaled up this extrusion based off of the image in the front. Now, would it work on the right side? It would work on the right side also. Is it exactly in the center of the line? No, it's possibly just a micro inch above the center line, but 0.5 seems to be exactly what we're looking for. We have 0.5. There is our base. Now we'll work on a more difficult one in the back. I'll break this down into the next video in case you are having difficulties on one portion and not the next. I don't want you to have to watch all the videos, so I'll break it into the basically the base extrusion and then the backside extrusion, which we'll do two extrusions. So that'll be the next video.